Hey guys, it's Man I can bring you guys some more things right is attorney justice for all. Last time we questioned and cross-examined Will Powers to find out what he saw that night of the murder, and Phoenix had to he had to make the trial go on for as long as he can, but now I believe maybe it is time that we wrap up this game. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm probably going to be sitting here for a while. So, yeah, I believe this is going to be the finale. The finale, of course. Yes, Your Honor? I can understand the defense is acting like this. However, why do you seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. It is a fake. Whoa. That changes the entire complexion of this trial. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Miss Impact, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Carrera. Mr. Carrera? Well. It looks like Miss Impact never left the suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engard. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engard could not have known that, so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that Engard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems off about that. Actually, no, he did know, because the defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Engard to know it was fake. Yeah, because of the spy camera. He was spying on him, so he would have known if he written the thing. A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engard would have known that the victim had forged the note. So then the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engard monitored Mr. Carrera 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. Ugh, as I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting test, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engard's motive, through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering. This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? The witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder. That's impossible. No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself, Mr. Shelley the killer. Oh, Mr. the killer. Wait! Shelley the killer? They caught him? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask you for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright. Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls our witness to the stand. Edgeworth, there's no other way. Is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your occupation, please. What? Very good, sir. My name is what? It's not actually him. It's the radio. My name is Shelley the Killer. I'm a professional killer. I say, what's going on here, Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? What is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what the urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this won't do. I cannot allow this in my court. Witness, please. I don't know. Okay. For a minute there, I don't know. Thing was working. On. For a minute, my computer was. I think Cortana was working for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, I'm so hungry. Maya, a voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Wankarita. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Kurita. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, this is all that's it. It's all a bad dream. What's he so scared about? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason that I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself thing? It seems to be on the level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word "first" means? Sorry, go on. Well, it appears this one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my situation. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you testify in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough! Please, no more. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. The client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. The judge had better watch himself. My wish to something. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That egomaniac. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not a therapist, you know. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about my identity. These are the roles and duties an assassin and his client are to carry out. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another in the worst kind of is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can portray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, can you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe you are ready. Excellent. And the reason I am here today, you understand, I do believe it's time to reveal the name of my client. Do you agree? What is it? Nah, I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask him, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of one creator? That person's name is Adrian Andrews. What the fuck? Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you going to talk? What are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't think I know. I should think I know my own client. It is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? I guess the killer just stabbed Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this crowd, Mr. Killer told him a different name. Mount God, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley the killer. My testimony is truth. The defendant at the moment is Mount God. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can win this. Yeah. That's why. But I don't think so. Provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was fake. But most definite of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious that this means that Mr. Mangard is innocent. I seem to have caused a bit of confusion. Please continue the discussion and call me when you have reached your verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews. What now? With the way this is going, and God will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying, and on God, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may be a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died, and Warren's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. the knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume. That's you even have a motive. You know that Miss Celeste's impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please help me. Yeah, I know the truth. That's right. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? Wait, what am I supposed to do? Press the track to you. I don't like the fact I can't accept I'm not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know, but man, God is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I know now the real truth. He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question the killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But the witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. You see, though this witness lies, and to see through this witness's lies and find the truth, that is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at, and I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk to you a little more about all you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the crime scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrido was dead. But even more appalling is the creation of the knife and planting of the button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed. Wait a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh, why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes two of us. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, I'm requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you are quite dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking about hiring you. Mr. Wright, you want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? What? Guilty, Mr. Phoenix. I hereby declare guilty. Wait, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Even though the judge is kind of an idiot, you know, kind of an asshat, and tampering with crime. The client did it to friend, pretending to be the first person to discover the body in the crime scene. Agent Andrews already knew from the beginning that Evan was dead. This is the thing, though, but I don't think she did. That's the thing, I think that's gone. Thank you very much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea Juan Corrido has been murdered. But how do you know that? Oh yes, she said yes, because she said in her testimony, she said she poured herself a juice. She thought he was sleeping. This is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought rather just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Corrido's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes. Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. That sounds like an awfully weak objection. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now I have to buy us some more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies in with those items. This request came to me about a week ago. About a week ago. Sorry. It was a request from my service services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client? This is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. "1 week ago, are you sure?" "Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you requested my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind." "Please stop." "In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind." "A specific date and time?" Okay. "Did you ask why on that specific night?" "No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's requests. But as for why, I only had my suspicions." "Your suspicions? Huh?" "Press further." "So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?" "I'm sure it was all for the bear." "The bear?" "My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in one's creative room. I would like you to retrieve the item for me." "You must be talking about this bear puzzle." "I figured that inside the figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents and the press conference after all. Okay, that is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where the bear figurine was." "I see. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just... It was not important. What the killer sounds plausible, but in the end, it's just his conjecture." "No, Your Honor, I don't think it was important." Well then, witness, please continue." "So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?" "Of course I did." What was that? What was that brief pause? "Witness, I would like you to give more details." "I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or email." "And why is that?" "That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eyes." "Well, Mr. Wright, very important. Why he meets his client is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions." What do you mean by that?" "My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?" "I've already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client." "Him? What the fuck?" "It's true what they say about talking faces." "Well, Mr. Wright, yeah, that's kind of weird. Very important. If I heard what I think I just heard right now, then I think I've got him. Miss Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was the utmost importance. He said him. What the hell? Adrian Andrews is a woman. Very well. From the moment I saw him, I could trust this lesson with my client. Ha! But as we know now, that was not how it turned out, correct? What do you mean? Adrian Andrews turned out to be your client who couldn't stick to your rules, right? Well, yes. I suppose you are correct. So I would like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate? That last. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, okay. You have more information. There's something completely wrong with that testimony right there. He said him. Adrian Andrews is a woman. The moment I saw him, trust this person as my client. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar and took request at that time. Yes, that is correct. And that when you thought he was trustworthy? How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Said the killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip up about her. So what is the issue? What did you just say now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she was a woman. Wow, when they freak out, even the transceiver broke. The two-way radio did. Order in the court, Mr. Wright. What is the meaning of this? The witness testified to the following: that he always meets face to face with his client when taking their request, but he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. What the? Is that oil? That's weird. That's disgusting. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without doubt, a very androgynous name. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. So, yes, I see. Unlucky for Mr. the Killer. Like, you can't have a guy named Sarah, something like that. And so, he picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shadow the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. Does this mean that so does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please tell us the truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. That's a lie. There have been many times that I took. What the fuck? Okay, I missed a question. Sorry about that. The request was for the murder of one creator and 2 or small other things. When I saw the name of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. You just said that. Oh my fucking god! You just said that you never take your right and look at your person with the eyes. You just said that. He's definitely lying. He doesn't take it by mail. He just said it earlier. What the frick? Okay. I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. The relationship between Phoenix and Edgeworth is so nice to look at. I mean, like, he trusts him. Phoenix trusts Edgeworth to get him through this. Like, they're working together without even talking to each other, which is amazing. I mean, they are talking to each other, but like, they're not like, okay, you do this, I do this. They're not like doing that. They're just going through the motions. They're just through trust and all that. Like, Edgeworth is trusting him to put up the defenses for Matt and God, and Phoenix is trusting Edgeworth to continue the trial, even though like he could have like sent Matt and God straight to jail like much earlier. So they're working towards a similar goal, and they're kind of coming off each other really well. And it's super cool to see. Using your silkiest voice is not going to do work on me. Alright then, let's cough it up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of my yelling. Now then, do you have any proof? No, it is clear. No, I do not have any proof. Sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I do not have any proof. Then your line of questioning was a waste of time. Sorry for us, Your Honor. That is the nature of things right and wrong. And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I've been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities, on top of which the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic email. Electronic mail? Do you have a mail that do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope? Ah, I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. Email? In the context of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot hands down. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client and Katie. Two or three other things, yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? I'm sliding on that. It'd be really bad if I push the buttons the wrong way and gets mad. Press further! Mr. Attorney. Yes? Everything I said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? Us? I smell the stench of backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... wait! Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth position? Press further! Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your clients requested are. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just about as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Miss Creed's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client? Interesting. This information sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. If you didn't, you needed to keep going there. Like, don't be scared of the spaz. I found this figurine at Mr. Ungar's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there? Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece at the moment? There is a contradiction. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, it will cut the connection on this end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present some strong evidence. She's right. Okay, then evidence. Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Ms. Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Ungar's mansion. Is that correct? Yes. Where you go with this? Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly. What? This is a battle of wits. I can't lay up on him. I don't think it is possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of that bear because of the suicide note. Shady the killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. Yep. She would have taken it out. Yep. That's where I'm going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it for her sake. She was burning it. If even for a single minute, that bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note and burned it. Order. So that's where you two were going. So, by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, tell us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, it means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Order. Yeah, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of the argument, of our agreement. Not argument. What am I reading? No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your intention, then there is only one thing left for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No, please. Not that. Please, wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, yes, Your Honor. I understand this witness. I didn't understand this witness outburst just now. You think there is a need to hear more testimony, or this is enough? Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up by us, she'll... The persecution what has come over everyone? Even you all. The persecution rests. What is going on around here? Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is the most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that the killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that the killer's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? If I end this trial here right now, then your client, Maringo, will be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Andrews would be charged with murder? They're screwed. They don't know what the hell they're supposed to do now. What we need is Ghost to come through that door right now and give us those things. Cause then, dude, did that old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. So, I guess even the whole fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. On Guard? You were atrocious as a lawyer, weren't you? Giving your client away later like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? Okay, but if I do that, Maya will die. If I say he's innocent, then Mr. Andrews will be charged as murderer. No. Someone's life is going to end. Dun dun dun. It all hinges on what I choose. Believe in yourself, Phoenix. That's all that's needed. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide something. This is my heart. My client, my on guard, is save Maya's life, save Adrian Andrews' life. But then, if Maya lives, okay, will she ever forgive us? But Maya wants us to save Adrian and get God guilty. I don't know. This is too hard. I'm gonna do it. If they do Duggan out of who's in it, it was you. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Man God, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Man God is...
Objection!
Ah! Forgot. Ah, it's Franziska. What are you doing here? You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Avon Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy, he's fine, and his injuries are minor. Okay. I had a very bad thing in my throat. Okay. I can spot his tainted rags everywhere. I apologize for his ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside this raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside lies the crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the fence's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Final evidence or activator? We've been oh man, we've been at this part. I don't know where to end it. I don't know whether Camtasia is gonna fuck up again and like decide, yo, it's up halfway through the video. I'm gonna make sure that the video that the audio gets desynced. Ha 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 ha! Yes, I'm so funny, game. Fucking Camtasia, please. I hope not. I hope not. You know what? Just in case, Camtasia, I'm gonna stop this recording. I'm just gonna stop recording, and then I'm gonna come back in a bit. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So Camtasia, I think, kind of fucked up on me because I saw the preview that Camtasia gives you, and it kind of did fuck up on me. But anyway, we're back again. We'll continue with the game. Woo. I was gonna end the part there. I wanted to make this as long as possible, but I don't know what's up with Camtasia and why it does that. Cause I can't record this game in any other way. I have OBS, but OBS, like, it doesn't come out well. Maybe I need to find something else then. I might find something else that I can record with later on. Does the killer's pistol what do I need? Question for more details. Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform ballistic tests, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least to me. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's why I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet that was removed. Ow. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So, that's the pistol that used to shoot Francisca. I'm probably not going to help us very much. The second piece of evidence is the videotape. Question: have you checked the contents of this tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate the tape is very important. The killer? Okay, that's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured three of the officers at the site, but somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. Well, bellboy uniform. So okay, so the tape was to record Shelly the killer killing Mount God. Okay. The pistol was used to shoot Francisca, and the bellboy outfit was used by Shelly the killer to infiltrate the hotel and kill Walker Reader. That's what I think anyway. There's a button missing from the uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were able to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. This is all I have to present. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure we can understand. We can under normal. I'm sure we are where if. I'm sure where we under normal circumstances, these items presented the killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Right. Yes, that is correct. And these three items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Kalmer. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world. I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try for my sake. And just think about it for a second. There are two ways out of this situation for us. Two. The first, make on guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Mountain Guard wishes himself to be convicted, then he will let his hostages go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Vanguard. The killer were no longer think of Vanguard as his client, then he will let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you would make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The biggest problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The piece he was just shown now. It was shown. The pieces he was just shown. He's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what he has always worked for us? The other side. The other side. What's the other side? Wait, I don't know. The judge says he doesn't need evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. But there are people who have not seen them all, and those people do not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. There's no objections this time. Okay. No, this court does not need any more evidence. Okay, so there are multiple endings. I'm reading a guide right now, and there are multiple endings. There are two endings right now. I can do. Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay. One more chance. Please show evidence. Okay, that's impossible. Turn the situation around. Okay, it's at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna show off the endings. Okay, I'm gonna show off the bad. I'm gonna show off the alternate bad ending. first. If you want both endings, then save the game. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save stay here. I'm gonna save stay here, and I'm gonna show off the bad ending. I believe that this is bad ending. Because so, for example, if I just show anything, I see, and now tell this court one piece of evidence. Okay, like show this person. How do I get so something else at either of these points? Okay. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Anything to say this? About you, Mr. Wilhelmer. Well, I was just shot, so. I know it's gonna probably be looking like really bad because I'm safe stating everywhere, but I want to show this off. Okay, so this is the alternative bad ending, and now he's not guilty. Woo! Because I fucked up there, but okay. Now, for the other bad ending, which is weird. Okay, so first we have to show, what's his face? This is Spaz. I see, and now tell us what one piece of evidence, videotape. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, looks like we got a hold of him. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the bad ending. Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape from your hideout. I heard you injured three officers in an attempt to get this back. That is most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect the videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, and so I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? Yep. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. I did not know. Okay, so at this point, I want to show you the bad ending. There's only reason they wanted to get his, wanted to blackmail you, didn't trust your skills. Your client didn't trust your skills. That's why, in order to monitor your work, they set up a video camera. Is that right? I suppose that were I to fail at my job, my client would fall into utter ruin. I can't say I understand. They'll want to see how I do my work. And as long as I cleanly erase the tape, I suppose it can be overlooked. Oh, is that how you feel? Well, everyone, what do you think? Pretty good, huh? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't have anything to say to this. How about you, Miss Von Hammer? Well, I just shot, so... Okay. Anyway, back to there. Let's just speed this stuff up, because we already know. So to get the bad ending, that's how you get it. But first, no, not many times bad. Where is it? Videotape. There you go. Speed this up. Okay. The actual reason was they wanted to blackmail you. Boom. Okay. Your client once told me something interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least of all assassins. Oh, come on, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Okay, time for the real ending. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer? Transceiver broke again. Someone should really... I think... Why is there steam coming out of it? It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by an actual. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots how to use people around them to protect themselves from any danger and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for you, for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I had to stand up for a bit. I've been sitting here for like an hour. This is an hour-long episode. What a finale, huh? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I'll return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item. I thought I'd never see you again. Thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I'm sort of, I don't quite know what happened. Miss Von Karma, where did that? You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. This is all right with you, Mr. Wright? Hold on a second, I want to test something. Let me save state again. Let me save state again, hold on. I'm gonna save state again, just in case. Plead guilty. Plead not guilty. Congratulations, Mr. Mountain Guard. Please make sure to save every moment of what you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty. Okay, I'm just hold it. Please, wait. What's the matter? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I read the guide wrong. It doesn't matter. Ow! Okay, so it didn't matter if I chose not guilty or guilty. Because like he'll want him to be guilty anyway. He'll just say he did it anyway. So, Mr. On Guard, how is my on Guard? I've left Mr. Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whipped leather right now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. This trial was the first time I had stood on the witness stand. When I did, I felt hopeless. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself and who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I'd finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen a smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone speaks being of spirits. That's good enough for me. That's all. This card is adjourned. We did it! Hey. Pretty unprofessional of me using save states there, but I apologize. No. Can't make everything perfect. Because this was a blind playthrough, pretty much. I did use a guide here and there, but this was blind. I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know, like here and there I did use a guide, but to get me through some of the harder parts of the game. But overall, I did this by myself, and I'm proud that I was able to do that, because man, this game was insane. Especially this chapter, bruh. Like, I'll talk about that in the credit sequence. I'll talk about my final thoughts in the credit sequence, but we got there. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? My client, Mountain Guard, is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Edgeworth, I have some good news. Didn't I choose not guilty, didn't I? Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Ah, Mystic Maya is safe. You did it. You really did, Mr. Nick. Your punch is deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma? About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. I don't give a fuck about that. Yet, you are still happy. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts, I used every guilty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defender's chair. I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well as you should have. A prosecution who has saved himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. A prosecutor uses anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch every inch. But we will always eventually single out the single truth. That's one single truth. The truth? Yes. That's the reason why prosecutors and defense lawyers exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran into the night. Is Mr. Edgeworth alright, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool, Miss Von Karma. I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic transceiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track the Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Isn't this Miss Von Karma's lip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this right. Okay. Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Yay! She's alive. Oh, Nick. I knew you'd come through. You got on guard convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? I like the music in this game. I like the music in the first game. I don't like the corner theme in this game. It's not really that cool. I like that. I like the old one. And they don't bring it back, which pisses me off. Like, every new game has a new one. Okay, she's hungry. She hasn't eaten for probably 3 days. Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub. Chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry. Even you look like a nice juicy burger on the bun on me. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright. So how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we're having to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! March 23. That's 25. Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. Well, you kind of were running at every red light. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, I was more excited than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot more nicer to him, you might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta brought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the free items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. And we've already seen the ending. Twice! Oh, wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was 4. There was a 4th item. Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. But woo, boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? Ha ha ha, you think? She keeps getting herself into trouble and we have to get her out of it. Literally, like, there's been 3 cases so far over the last 2 games that have been around Maya. Saving Maya and all that. Damn, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. There's probably gonna be another case in the next game that's gonna be revolving around Maya again. I don't know, because I haven't checked the next game. I probably won't be doing that until next year. Later, probably summertime. I don't know when I'm gonna do the next game. There's so many games in the series. Then there's Apollo Justice. Then there's the Mal's investigation games. Then there's the Edgeworth games. The Japanese one and the English one. And then the 3DS game, and then there's a brand new 3DS game coming out, and then there's actually 2 new 3DS games coming out. One that was, I think, Ace Attorney 6, and I believe one set in the past. This thing is picking up something. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Huh. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's very odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just wanted to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I feel, if anything, I can give him something to express how I feel. I can give him what? The whip. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mr. Meyer. Yes, Pearly? I guess you can... We're not lovey-dovey, God's sake. Or should I... Why do I keep saying me? Well, we play as Phoenix, so I keep saying me. Like, we're two of the same people, but Phoenix is pretty much his own character. Yeah, we control what he does, but he's his own character. As if as if you need to ask. Everyone, say thank you to Nick. Huh? Oh yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's a camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just brought myself a good old beauty here. It'd be better anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't that this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. I think he's gonna faint. Why do I feel like screaming? You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal, time to let it all out. This is gonna be the first time I really hear you. Go on, it's been a while. I've been busy being hostage and all. Alright then. Objection! I don't know if it's gonna work. Objection! I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it wasn't gonna work. Because the thing is. But anyway, that was Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney Justice for All. Woo! I had that letter. Need to find it. Three times now. Yep. Feel like a pro. No, I feel like a pro. You have to get out, pro. Anyway, God's sake, this game. I started this Let's Play in September, around my birthday, I believe. I started this Let's Play in December, so 4 months. Compared to Phoenix Wright, the original game. Actually, I might as well check that. I might as well check. Because I believe Phoenix Wright, the original game, was longer. Or maybe it wasn't. Yeah, because in the last game there was 5 cases. In this game, there's only... What was it? Edgeworth. I had things like... I'm reading this because I've never seen this. I want to see it. Oh, it's her. From the first case. McBride. You're retiring? You're gonna be a waitress? That's nice. So by any time you want this, right? Okay. Whatever, man. I started. All I know for sure is that Phoenix Wright, the original game, was longer than this. It took me nearly half a year, I swear, to nearly finish this. Let me check. Hold on. I got it up here, but I don't know. Okay. We got that Spaz, Hottie. I wonder how he's doing. I want to read this stuff. It seems interesting. Add stuff. It's time to begin my quest to dominate. What the fuck? And let fabulous fighters are. Hey Max, what Zimbabwe is like? I think castles are made of cake. As you can talk. Yeah. Phoenix Wright is attorney. was around 2 years long. What the fuck was that? Anyway, it was about 2 years long. Yeah, it started in August, finished in May of the next year. Damn, that was half a year. That's how long that Let's Play was. But this game, I finished in 4 months. So, that's cool. But man, this was long again. It was not as long as the first game, but straight. Like the first, I believe this is gonna be like 20 something parts. Like 30 something parts. It's already, no, it's gonna be 42 parts. It might be 40. It might be 40. It might be 40. It might be 40 parts, but I finished it in quicker time because I didn't like take breaks and stuff. Oh wow, this went well. This went better. This went better. I'm proud of myself that I was able to finish this game in such a short time span. I'm really happy with myself. Yeah. Because I believe like this was the first Let's Play I've done on this channel which hadn't had too many delays. Phoenix Wright, the original game, had a lot of delays. That's how long it took to finish it. Like I finished it in May of this year, and I started this game in September, and I finished it in December. And I'm proud of myself, actually. I'm proud of myself that I finished it. It has become difficult for me to in this country as of late. As such, I will be taking a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please. You have a homepage? It must be on the dark web or something. And of course, he destroys the transceiver. But anyway, this game was pretty fun. In terms of storytelling, anyway. Oh, we have extra stuff. Let's see. I have to talk. Where are we going? How did you know I was here? With this? I heard you were planting this on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. His filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 items? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. I put it in here. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be a Manfred Ronkheimer's daughter. Francisca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure, such a thing, is not important to me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. But I had to become one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave this to hold on to. Gave this to me to hold on to. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. The prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind wouldn't have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. Can't do that. Can't change who I am. I can't wait, what did you say? I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can, just like Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father's tactics by using his. You were dependent on your father by using his tactics, right? After today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years, and that's why we're standing here right now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francisco Von Karma. Oh, I feel sorry for her now. She's crying. She's still 19, you know, or 18. I think she's 19 or 18. That was the last piece of evidence. Something that Maya wrote. Wow. Man, I don't want to make this part any longer, but I really want to talk about my opinions of this game. First off, first trial. I'm not really considering the first turnabout because that was super long. As you can see here. No, I don't. New game. Okay. Let's see what the portrait is. Farewell, my turnabout. Oh, okay, so it's Edgeworth. First trial was, of course, just a it was tuition. It was tutorial. So it was interesting, but it was just tutorial. It wasn't that crazy. This was an interesting one because we knew some new characters. We got some new things. Her mother, Pearl's mother, is gonna be interesting. I don't know whether or not the next game will feature her, but I hope it does because she's desperate on revenge for us. So I can't wait to see that. This was boring. I don't like episode 3. It was not that good. It wasn't that much twists and turns, and it was just tedious a lot of the time. But this made up for it. Like, overall, I think this game gets a solid rating. I think it's not as good as the first game, but it's still pretty good. It's not as good as the first. I think maybe this game is as good as the first game. I think this game improves on the first game. The Psylocke system is very interesting. To be able to question someone across examination, someone outside into the field is super interesting. But I found that very interesting. But I hope the next game really expands on what you can do in terms of gameplay. In terms of, like, this is a visual novel, but I really hope the future games do add, you know, something like doesn't just hit you with a wall of text, But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is it for Phoenix Wright Justice for All. 2 hours. This is probably going to be 2 hours. But I don't care. This is going to be uploaded. I'm done with this game. Next time, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on to the third game in this in the trilogy of Ace Attorney games on the DS, and that is going to be Trials and Tribulations. I do not know when I'm going to do that, but it will be sometime in the future. So thank you guys for watching the series. If you did enjoy the series, hit up the playlist in the description below so you can watch it all over again from the beginning. And of course, subscribe for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, or should I say Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney action. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace and God bless.